Hi everybody, I'm Kirti Sharma and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Taandav, which is a web series available on Amazon Prime. It stars Saif Khan, Kumud Mishra, Dimple Kapadia, and Sunil Grover, and it has a bunch of other actors. It's directed by Abbas Zafar. He is the director of those big Salman Khan stars such as Sultan, Tiger Zinda Hai, and Bharat. So basically, this is a socio-political series. It has two big, political parties gunning for the top position in the country. There's a family involved, and in this family, everyone is gunning for the prime minister position. There's a son played by Saif Khan who wants to become prime minister. He's a young upcoming guy. He thinks he has the pulse of the nation, and he doesn't think his dad is up for the gig anymore. And that's basically where the web series starts off. When you think of the word Tandav, or more specifically, when I think of the word Tandav, I think of something powerful, passionate, aggressive, fierce. Unfortunately, the web series doesn't live up to the name. And I think that's a big loss because it had the potential to be something really interesting. Who doesn't like political thrillers? Internet, TV is saturated with them. So this had the potential to be very popular. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it's mediocre at best. Let me just start off by saying that when I saw the teaser to this show, I was hooked. I thought it looked really interesting. By the time the trailer came out and I saw the trailer, I was still interested, but my excitement level went down a little bit just because of the way it was shot. It looked glossy, over the top, and that's not something a political thriller should be, especially one that's taking place in Delhi in India, taking into account like the current political climate that is trying to depict in this show. So I think that was a loss, and maybe because the director himself is known for over-the-top drama and action, maybe he wasn't exactly the right fit for this kind of show. As far as the acting goes, I think, everyone did well. Is anyone going to win awards for it? No. But, everyone did well. Like, Saif Khan was believable as his power-hungry son who, offs his father to become prime minister. Unfortunately, there's a lot of obstacles in his path and his plan doesn't come into fruition. I think he was grounded. His, eyes spoke volumes. The dialogue delivery was there, although the dialogue in the show as a whole was kind of cheesy at times. Sunil Grover, in my opinion, was a revelation of this show. He's known for comedic roles, his work in years past. But anyways, he was really good. He was menacing, he was grounded, he was serious. His eyes looked evil, He has this scene where he bursts out into like this laughter, this menacing laughter, and I think it was really good. I think it's like gonna be like an iconic scene, an iconic laugh. Dimple Kapadia was really good as this powerful woman figure in the show. She portrayed this lady who was in love with the former prime minister. She was in a relationship with him for decades. But when she finds out that there's a plot to, assassinate him, she lets it happen because she wants to be the one who has the power. She doesn't just want to be a female speaking head, known as just his woman. She wants to be known as something more than that. And I think she did a good job portraying that character. Other than these three, I don't think anyone else really stood out. They had some scenes here and there, they had some dialogues here and there, but nothing that gravitates them towards you, especially the women characters. Kirti Sharma and Sandhya Mridul still had some, scenes and lines and stuff like that, but like characters like Gohar Khan's, she was helping Dimple Kapadia's character. She should have had more to do. Especially Sarah Jane Diaz, who plays Saif Khan's wife. Okay, this is going to be the future prime minister's wife. She knows the plan that's taking place to assassinate her father-in-law, and yet all she does is kind of sit in the background, show her big eyes. She's just watching the action happen. Like, shouldn't she be more assertive? Shouldn't she have had more to say and more to do instead of being like eye candy? And also, the character that Mohammed Zeeshan Ayyub played, like, he was supposed to be this college student who gets into college politics and then is recruited by the bigwigs, to actually join their party. I did not find him believable as a college student. College students are what, 18 to 20 to 22 years old. I don't know how old he is, but I am pretty sure that he's not in his teenage years or in his younger or lower 20s. And he didn't look the part. His acting was okay, but like I said, he wasn't believable. One of the reasons why I don't think any of the characters were that believable was, like I said, the direction was very glossy. It would jump from one scene to another, one character to another. And although I think they were trying to be interesting with that, keep you engaged, keep you guessing, what ended up happening was no scene stood out. Like, I've watched the whole series, and there's no scene that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, that was great work in there. It was fine. It was mediocre, like I said. One thing that also detracted from the show was the background music, the score. There was this song that played in like every other scene. I don't know what it's called, but I know it's from the movie Yuva. Just every other scene, whenever they were showing college students rallying together for a political cause, this music would start. And it was like, okay, you don't have to beat us over the head with this. We get it. It's organizing, rallying, you're gathering, a framework for a party. We get it. Okay, you don't have to, keep playing the song over and over, over and over. It was literally nonstop. Like I said, I think Abbas Zafar is not the correct director for this show. I think he wanted to paint like a very glossy picture, which he did. Cinematography was great. Delhi never looked better. But the problem is that they were trying to depict this political, underbelly where people are gunning for each other. People don't care about relationships. People just want to get the most powerful seat they can. They want to sway the people and the public with their power. They're playing games over here. So I don't think it needs to be that glossy. I think it needs to be gritty, show what it's really like, especially in Indian politics. I don't think there's a lot of gloss out there, at least not from the ton of series and stuff that I've seen, or from like the news stories that make their way onto, social media. The biggest drawback for this show, I think, was the fact that it was too black and white. Like, one party, which is Saif Ali Khan's party, was depicted as pure evil. And the other party, which was Mohammed Zeeshan Ayyub's party, was depicted as very, very pure and good and well-natured. And granted, some parties may be worse off than others, but that's all on perception, right? There's no party out there, there's no political figure out there that is 100% correct all the time, nor is he or she wrong 100% of the time, I guess. Although there can be exceptions to that. But yeah, I think in this show, they could have had like more gray, right? Not everything is black and white, especially in the world of politics, especially in the political climate we live in, with social media and news channels that are gunning for the highest ratings, who are putting out the most clickbaitable headlines out there. I think that there's more gray than there is black and white. And I think the show could have shown that better. I think it would have made things more interesting. We all knew what was going to happen in the show. We all knew that, hey, these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, and now the good guys are going to have to turn a little bit murky and murky the water some to, fight these bad guys. The show ends with Saif Ali Khan never becoming prime minister, but savoring his role as the kingmaker. He says that he's enjoying it. He wants to see where it goes. Supposedly, it's like, a build-up for the next season. Now, if there is a next season, if you ask me, there was nothing compelling in the first season for me to want to wait, anxiously for the next one, if there is a next one. And that is kind of painful because I am a big Saif Ali Khan fan. Like, the work he's doing recently has been really good, like Sacred Games. He was a revelation in there. So yeah, like, I think the show had the makings of, a good script, good actors, a good streaming platform, but they just couldn't execute. So maybe season 2 will be different if they do come out with one. I just think that they need to fix the storyline a little bit. It's too haphazard. It jumps from one place to another. The characters aren't fleshed out nicely. We don't really get invested. Why should we pull for Saif Ali Khan? Why do we care if he becomes prime minister or not? Why do we care about Mohammed Zeeshan Ayyub's character? Like, why should we care which party he ultimately joins, if he joins politics at all? So stuff like that is, unfortunate. Even the issues that they do use in the story, such as the farmers protesting and all of that, I think, especially considering what's happening right now, I think it could have been stronger. I think there could have been more emotional appeal, which there wasn't, unfortunately, in the show. So yeah, it's a mediocre. Would I recommend it? If you have time on your hands and you have nothing to watch, then yeah, sure, watch this. If you're a Saif fan, you should definitely watch it. Sunil Grover, like I said, is the best part of the show. If you're a fan of his and you want to see some interesting work that he's doing, this character is an interesting one. It's unlike the other characters he's played, so definitely give it a watch for him. Okay show, not a great storyline, not great direction, with okay acting. Okay, so that's it for me. I'll see you guys later.